The CT Sports Talent Show. My name is Christopher Saunders. I'm pleased to have on with me the power running back for the Woodland Hawks, 6-0 Hawks, coming off a big win against the Ansonia Chargers. First time since 2005 that the Hawks defeated the Ansonia Chargers. And coincidentally enough, that was a part of the 2 years that the Hawks won a state title. So revisionist history could potentially be a part of that again. We'll see. And we're also in 2025. So again, kind of a little bit of a freaky thing there. But I've got Ean Pringle on with me, a part of the Pringle brothers, the other one, Justin, being a year below him. But Ian, I appreciate you coming on, man. This should be fun.
Yeah, yes, thank you for having me. Thank you.
I've kind of seen you from afar. Your former head coach, Andy Guion, is a good friend of mine. He told me about you and your brothers prior to you coming to the NVL and said, hey, you're going to love these kids. These kids are very good players, but they're great young men as well. And I was like, okay, I take your word for it. And then being able to see you guys perform on the field as Justin and you have. I mean, I think kind of like what I told you on Instagram, like you guys have really been a key part for them succeeding. And obviously, there's other parts too. Your teammates have
Yeah,
done a fantastic job. But coming into the Valley, being the new kids on the block, you really entrenched yourselves pretty early, especially in the first game against East Catholic. You had a great game.
thank you, thank you. Yeah, no, it's definitely different than it is at Xavier, but like I said, I've been teammates. I've known over 90% of the team
Hmm.
for most of my life. I mean, I grew up with a lot of them.
Hmm.
So it's not like I was coming into a new team not knowing anyone. Same thing with Justin. We had good relationships with them, and it's like we never left, honestly.
How long did it take you? Because obviously, both you and your brother may have different learning capabilities and how long took to learn the playbook. But for you specifically, because it's a little different. I know Justin sometimes will get the ball from the backfield, and that's pretty cool to see him go east to west too. But for you, how long did it take you to understand the Lato playbook? Because he's a mad genius when it comes to offensive. I feel like he's got like a book, like I don't know if you can see this book here. He's probably got a book this thick of like
Mm.
plays that he hasn't even unleashed yet.
Oh no, it's crazy. We're me and Justin were actually talking about we really don't know how a team is supposed to prepare for us because we you never know what we could do. We're adding new stuff every time, every week.
Mhm.
We have we're very versatile, and
Mhm.
that's I mean I think we show that every Friday night. It's like it's hard. I think it's just very hard to game plan for us because you never know what you're gonna get. You could have Jack throw for 300 yards, or you could have us rush for over 200 yards, and we don't know. Like Naugatuck,
Mhm.
first half we threw the ball a lot. Second half, we just
Mhm.
ran the ball the whole second half. We didn't throw the ball once.
I've said many times to my broadcast partner, like styles make fights, right? Each team kind of has their own thing. And Sony
Mhm.
is known for running the ball. Naugatuck, same thing, can pass a little bit depending on the year. But for you guys, you're one of the rare teams, not just in the Valley, but I think in the state of Connecticut, that can pass short, intermediate, and long, which you've shown. You can run
Mhm.
the ball north to south, east to west, tight formations, right? And then defensively, you guys, for the most part, can get after the quarterback. And like it's hard to judge the passing aspect because other than Holy Cross and Seymour, there's not too many teams in the Valley that can pass at a consistent basis.
Mhm.
But I'm sure you guys are pretty good at that too for the most part. So you guys, if let's say the passing game, let's say, Brunetti's not doing, not having a great game. Okay, you can lean on the running game because that can work. Or let's say maybe the running game, you're not getting your typical 5, 6 yards a carry. Okay, then Jack can open it up a little bit and then take that extra man out of the box, put him in the secondary, and now you start opening up those holes. Like it really, like you said, it's true, man. Multiple ways.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how it works. We like I said, we don't really come into a game like, oh, we're gonna throw a lot or we're gonna run a lot. We just kind of like take it by play and be like, oh, maybe this is working, so we're gonna do this more, or maybe this isn't working as well, so we're gonna try this, and we just adjust to the game. That's why I think it's very hard to game plan for us.
How in I've asked Leto this a couple times and he tells me it's not difficult. But I'm going to ask you because you're obviously the player. You were there, but you weren't a part of the team, right? But you knew a lot of the guys. What was it like coming into this season? Obviously, the expectations were, other than Ansonia, even when other teams had graduated a lot, you guys returned 16, 17 starters, whatever the high number was. And obviously, you coming into the school, into the program too. How difficult, if it even is at all, to stay motivated every week, knowing that you guys stepping on the field are athletically and probably overall as a team just better, but then you have to execute on the field. That's a whole different ball game. How do you guys stay motivated and focused and don't get sucked into the media culture? That's I guess that's what I'm trying to ask you.
Yeah, there is, like you said, there is a big presence about us on social media and just talking about how we have potential and stuff like that. But and I, we know that we have a really good group of guys on our team,
Mhm.
and we could all get it done defensively, offensively.
Mhm.
But even if we aren't playing the best opponent, we never look
Mhm.
ahead of a team because you really never know. We go out on the field, we execute like against Watertown. When we played Watertown, we practiced that week like it was the Super Bowl.
Right.
You would have never thought that we were playing a team with no wins
Yeah.
that week. Like we prepare, we don't take any team lightly,
Mhm.
even though maybe there's teams that have beat them pretty good. We never take them lightly. We always take them very serious, and we always go into the game not expecting a blowout, knowing that we can,
Mhm.
but knowing we still have to go out on the field and execute to win the game.
Do you feel like that kind of mentality is easier if you start it from the beginning? Like, what I mean by that is, like you said, preparing for a team like Watertown, who's having a tough year. They graduate a lot, Gamby and
Mhm,
others. They are now off in college. So Watertown's in a rebuild, right?
mhm.
Typically, when you're playing a team like that, maybe you're not as focused as much because you're kind of thinking, all right, we're just going to win based off of talent because they just don't have enough. And maybe you could come off sluggish, and the first half is like, eh. Second half, you start to pull away because the cream rises to the top. But because what you guys do, practicing every week, no matter who it is, like it's the Super Bowl, it sounds like it's much easier. Whereas if you start to do that like week 8, week 9, right? Depending on who you play, it's like, well, now to turn like basically the switch. If I feel like it's much easier doing what you guys are doing than trying to do that week 8, week 9.
Yes.
It's like, oh crap, now it's how do we maneuver this because we've been kind of coasting. Does that make sense?
Yes, no, that does make sense, and I agree with what you're saying. It's kind of hard just to like say earlier in the season you play a bad team, you're not really practicing seriously, you're not really like locked in,
Hmm.
practicing your hardest. It's kind of hard just to
Yeah.
flip the switch like that, and I we won't have that problem because
Hmm.
we do the same thing every week. We come in and like even on our bye week, we work extremely hard on our bye week.
Hmm.
Um, we just we prepare and we don't never practice is never lackadaisical, anything like that. We're always hardworking,
Hmm.
and we honestly think we are one of the hardest working teams in the state.
You know, when I watch your running ability, dude, and it kind of reminds me a lot of like Derrick Henry, right? Because you have such a strong lower half. I feel like if kids are going to go after your legs, it's like where you're carrying like three or four of them. So do they try to go for your upper body? Do they try to go because I feel like for a kid like you and others who are that big and strong, I feel like if they don't go after your ankle, your shoelaces basically, they're not
Mm.
going to take you down, right? Is that kind of how guys typically go after you when they try to tackle you?
Basically, like open field tackling,
Hmm.
like one-on-one tackling, it's just dive at my feet.
Yeah.
And that's always what it has been. But a lot
Mhm.
of times when there's multiple, one will get me high and then one will get me low, like dive at my legs.
Yeah.
So I mean that in that sense it's not as hard to bring me down, but definitely open field. Um they just really just try and go right for my legs.
Hmm. Yeah, that kind
Yeah.
of makes sense for the most part. I get that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how is it being, and I know you're not playing with one of the other twins, but you're playing with Justin.
Mhm.
Basketball, you play with all three of them, so that'll be
Mhm.
cool come the winter time. But being able to share the experiences with Justin back when you were at Xavier, and then now being at Woodland, and then for the basketball team, I mean, do you guys ever talk about that, especially with this being your final year as well?
Yeah. No, me and Justin, we talk about that all the time. I mean, we're always together, whether it's in the car,
Hmm.
driving to practice, driving to school.
Hmm.
And I think I mean, I'd say we're both having a pretty successful year, especially Justin. It's night and day from last year. And I mean, I'm extremely proud of him, but I've been right by his side when I mean, we work out together all the time. We do a lot of like working out, speed work. Like it was always us two. And I mean, I've seen the work with my eyes, and just seeing him being able to showcase that and let it be known that he put in lots of work from last year, and
Hmm.
it's it's obvious, and he's just outperforming even what I expected. And I think maybe it's more than he expected, but I'm just glad and proud.
I mean, realistically, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but just from what I've seen, obviously Deshaun Graves, I think is personally the best wide receiver in the league.
Mhm.
No
Yeah,
disrespect, I think he's probably the
yeah,
best player in the league. But after that, it's like, and you're giving him a run for his money. Justin is up there as well. If you want to talk about wide receivers, 1A, 1B, I mean, you can
yeah.
kind of pick, close your eyes and go, okay, which one?
Mhm.
You're not going to be wrong, right? Because he's just come out and done fantastic things. You know,
Mhm.
you think about just all of that and everything else involved. Obviously, you being a part of it too. It's really one. And again, Woodland. It's like, okay, how do you game plan? Your brother, you. Cook did some fantastic things on
Mhm.
Friday. I
Yeah,
know Paul Kinnan, I think he
yeah,
may be out for the year, and it's a shame what
yeah,
happened to him at Naugatuck with
yeah.
the knee. It's especially what he meant is going back to last year. But like again, he was another piece as
Yes,
well. And,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's crazy how there's just so many. And Brunetti's like, wow, I got all these toys. Which one do I go with today? You
yeah,
know?
yeah. Scampolino too.
It's Camp, yeah.
Yeah, we always joke about how we're a pretty good running back duo.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys
Yeah.
have a nickname for yourselves, you and him?
Uh, we have before kind of like David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs, little Sonic and Knuckles like
Sonic and
that.
Knuckles.
Yeah, yeah. No, he's. I mean, I would say he runs. He's more of like a shiftier back. Like he makes cuts. He makes spin. He does spin moves and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I feel like I'm more of. I mean, I could be a power back. I feel like I could
Yeah.
make cuts in when I need to and stuff like that. And I have that speed, but so does Nico. And I think we complement each other's game very well.
So Nico, Sonic, and your Knuckles.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I steal that and use that for the broadcast?
Yeah. Yeah. Of
Okay.
course.
I'll be using that, especially too in the
Yeah.
playoffs. I have to.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Got it.
I wish I
Got it.
knew that. I could have said it on Friday.
No, no.
Especially since both of you
Yeah.
split.
Got it. Got it.
That's awesome, dude. Hey, I really appreciate you coming on. It's been a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Before I let you go, do you have like a pregame ritual the day of, day before, eating, sleeping, what you drink the day before, leading up, music? anything like that? Are you superstitious or no?
Uh, I am pretty superstitious. I've always been pretty superstitious
Hmm.
my whole life. I
Hmm.
usually um I get this one, it's for energy. It's like this honey thing for energy. I always eat it before games. When it's away games, I eat it on the way there on the bus.
Hmm.
When it's home games, I eat it in the locker room before we do our walkthrough.
Okay.
Um, but like as far as routines,
Hmm.
um, I always start hydrating the night before with whatever is liquid IV.
Hmm.
Always starting the night before, and just always throughout the day having two water bottles with me, one with water and one with liquid IV. So
Hmm. Now, what's
yeah,
liquid IV? I've never. I'm thinking of IV like a vein, like
no,
okay,
yeah, it's like an electrolyte. It's an electrolyte drink, like powder mix, stuff
okay,
like that. Just to keep me hydrated. I
yeah.
always like starting the night before
Hmm.
to get a little head start at hydrating.
Nice, man. That's good to hear. It's always good to be able to know that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Also,
Yep.
another thing, a lot of our couple teammates, we go to Norman Cook's house before the game. A lot of times we eat sandwiches.
Ooh,
His parents bring that there, and his dad always gives a little pep talk,
ooh, the
and
pep talk. What kind of pep talk?
yeah, it's always pretty like gets you hyped up. Um, just trying to like, and even with the parents,
Mm-hmm.
they have like a little tailgate every home game, and
Hmm.
that's like that's their thing. They've been doing that for I've been up there as a like not a Woodland student, like as a Xavier student, just being up there because I was still friends with
Yeah.
the parents. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I've witnessed it as a fan, and I've also witnessed it as a player. And
Mhm.
they our parents and our fans are they're great. They're
Well,
great.
I could,
They
yeah.
love it.
I could tell you you're a fan favorite because one of the parents after your 68-yard run, I think it was 68 yards, I think you had
Yeah.
on your second
Yes.
run or third run. I already ran for too many yards, couldn't keep track of it. One of the runs after you scored, the parent turned around as I'm calling the play and she goes, I just got to admit, mind you, because where we're broadcasting, it's right there with the
Yeah.
parents. The young, I think it was a mom of one of the players, turns around and goes, I just have to tell you, I know I'm biased, but that was really, really cool. And I'm like, that woman is right because that was cool. So
Yeah.
just got to tell you that one. So that's the impact that you're doing, and obviously your
Yeah.
brother's doing a lot too. So,
Yeah.
but hey, Ian, I really appreciate you coming on. Best
Mm.
of luck as far as the rest of the way. We have you guys against, I think it's Holy Cross in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Then we have you guys with Seymour a day or two before Thanksgiving. I think it's a day.
Yeah. The Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah. So we see you guys two
Mhm.
more times in the regular season, and then hopefully, we'll have the
Hopefully
opportunity to
we'll
see you
see you.
guys in the playoffs.
Yeah. Of
So
course.
keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing well.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Always. I wrap things up here in the CT Sports Talent Show. As next time, stay safe. Remember, CT stands for Connecticut Talent. I'm sure you find them all. Enjoy your day, everybody, and be well.